Why, hello there, I'm Professor Joel, and welcome to another exciting episode of Planet Scooby Reviews. Today we are covering It's a Wonderful Scoob, and this is the 9th episode of the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, and it originally aired on November 9th, 1985. In this episode, Scooby just flat out quits the gang. And this allows the Chest of Ghouls to be opened by a demon named Time Slime, which ends up destroying the world. So we get to see the world and how it would exist if Scooby actually left the Mystery Incorporated gang. Kind of cool. Anyway, enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get on with the review. The episode begins with the gang driving up a mountain in the updated Mystery Machine. Vincent Van Ghoul warns the gang that one of the ghosts named Time Slime is up to no good. If Time Slime isn't stopped, the world as they know it will end.
Uncle Scooby, how big's the biggest ghostie you ever caught?
Time Slime, one of our 13 ghosts, is using a time scepter to speed up time. If Time Slime isn't stopped, the world as we know it will end.
We then cut to Time Slime fiddling with his time scepter, and he creates a time rift that sends the gang to Cuckoosville.
It's time for me to create a little hammer and send this slimy planet into the future. Now to take care of Scooby-Doo.
Vincent contacts the gang and tells them that Time Slime's lair is close by. In the town of Cuckoosville, Time Slime captures a gang and demands the chest of demons. Vincent teleports everyone out but Scooby-Doo, and that's by accident.
Where are we?
The lair of lost time. I've been expecting you. Now I want your chest of demons.
Crystal Ball, I chant this rhyme. Transport our gang from the lair of time.
Ready? Like Scooby missed the bus.
Oh no, the time scepter is throwing off the transport. It's sending Scooby into the past.
Scooby-Doo is holding on to the time scepter, which sends him into his past. Here we see flashbacks to when Scooby-Doo was born.
Mr. Doo, it's a boy.
The boy? It's a boy!
Oh, Dada, isn't our little baby Doo beautiful? Scooby-Doo.
And that's what we'll call him.
Since Scooby-Doo has the time scepter, Scooby can fiddle with the dial and he shifts it back to the present so Vincent can get him back to current time. After seeing a lot of scary things in his time travels, Scooby quits the Scooby gang and retires at his parents' house.
Welcome back, Uncle Scooby.
No more, no more. I quit.
There's no ghosts there. You're scared over nothing.
Needing a new dog for ghost hunting, the gang interview every dog in town. They settle on a St. Bernard named Bernie Gumsher, although Scrappy says he'd prefer the previous interviewee, Bone Crusher Bigelow. We learn that the Scooby Gang, I guess not the Scooby Gang anymore, have their own TV show, and as the show airs, we learn that Bernie is not a big success.
Every dog in town is applying for Scooby's ghost hunting job.
But we still haven't found one who can fill Scooby's shoes.
Calling our next applicant, Bone Crusher Bigelow.
Actually, Bone Crusher, you're not quite what we had in mind. We're looking for the mild-mannered type.
That vague expression, that slouching posture. You're perfect. What's your name?
Bernie Gumption.
Flim Flam, are you crazy? Bone Crusher Bigelow would be better than him.
I don't know about that.
The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, starring Bernie Gumpsher.
Time to splat another ghostie. Are you ready for action, Uncle Bernie? This is the worst. Where's the real Scooby-Doo? Scooby's not on anymore. I think I'll go in my room and stare at the ceiling.
Fans want real Scooby back. Scooby-Doo, where are you?
Children across America have stopped going to school, stopped eating. Yes, they've even stopped watching television. That is until the real Scooby-Doo returns to action. Scooby-Doo, America needs you.
From sea to shining sea.
Without Scooby, Time Slime makes his move and confronts the gang and captures them. putting them in a death trap, they nearly die.
With real Scooby-Doo out of the way, I'll get back my time scepter and destroy those kids for good.
We don't have your scepter, honest.
Playtime is over. No chest from you, then no mercy from me. And now that you've given me the demon chest, I'd like to give you something in return. A killer clock!
Good night. I've got to get those kids out of there.
Fortunately, Vincent has the Time Scepter and can freeze time himself. Vincent teleports to Scooby and shows him the future. 10 years in the future, the Earth has become a mechanical wasteland, and apparently Flim Flam and Scrappy have stayed the same age. Scrappy, in fact, needs a little pillow to sit on when he rides his motorcycle. Daphne has aged at least 50 years, and she is Time Slime's slave. Shaggy has also aged, and he has grown a beard. Mentally, he has gone bananas.
Oh! Bananas! I've got bananas! Lots and lots of bananas! Bananas by the bushel! Charming bananas with plenty of appeal! Appeal! Bananas! Bananas! Bananas!
Nah, I had an Uncle Scooby once. I thought he was a hero, but then that lousy chicken abandoned me.
You'll just love working for Time Slime.
When Scooby quit, Time Slime could open the chest of demons, and the world was never the same. After seeing this, Scooby goes back to the past and rejoins the gang. Pounding down some Scooby snacks, Scooby rescues everyone, and the world is saved. Bernie the St. Bernard is happy to go back to his lazy lifestyle where he can sleep all day, and Scooby has a new lease on life. I give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. It's not spooky at all, but I feel like it's ahead of its time with the way it deals with anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder and mental health. Like, I can totally understand Scooby wanting to leave. He's had it. He's paid his dues. He can't take it anymore. You know, you think of a dog, they don't live that long compared to humans. They live 11, 13 years. And Scooby's been in this gang his whole life, which is like 14, 15 years by now. 16 years when I do the math. Yeah, 16 years if you count from 1969 to 1985. That's 16 years. That's his entire life. That's a long time to be doing the ghost hunting thing. Anyway, this episode was also so way out there, and it's just unlike anything we've kind of seen before in Scooby-Doo, so I applaud the storytelling. But I can't give it a 10 out of 10, because despite all the nice things I say about it, it doesn't quite feel like Scooby-Doo to me. Like, Scooby-Doo to me is those classic first few seasons, you know, Scooby-Doo show, Scooby-Doo Where Are You? That is the core of Scooby-Doo with me. Night of Fright is no delight. My favorite episode, the Space Kook. This doesn't have that spooky element. It feels more like a fantasy, science fiction-y kind of deal. Time Slime, he's supposed to be a ghost or a spirit, but he feels more like a super villain than like a demon or a ghost. He's very humanoid, not very monstrous. He just looks like he's taken from the pages of a comic book. And the scenes along with the future, along with the televised version of the show within the show, make this more of a comedy than a mystery. But it's still a fun watch. I applaud this episode. I would enjoy watching it again. I just can't put it up with like my favorite episodes, but it is a good episode. I'll give it that. Anyway, that is my review. Join me next week when I will be covering Scooby and Quackyland. And until then, stay spooky.